to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
Happy Sunday, folks. This is the SLC game of the week. Chapman Panthers hosting the visiting Concordia Eagles. Concordia will be to your left on the screen in green, Chapman in the home white. I am Matt Holman along with the TVX video crew here. We are live on the campus of Chapman University, Wilson Field. Beautiful 81-degree day. And we're ready for our opening face-off. I will be solo today, so I'll do my best to keep up with your questions via Twitter. Don't be afraid to send them in at SLC Lacrosse. You can see it there. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from, too. It's always exciting. Glad you could tune in with us. Glad you could join us. Got a couple things going on here we'll share with you as we get through this first quarter. But all in all, we're looking for a really good divisional matchup. This is our SLC Division 1. We call it North. It doesn't really, it's not North and South. It's just a name. But the winner of this is most likely, I can't say definitely yet, but most likely receives the 1 seed in our playoff picture. And what happens with our playoffs is we do top 3 in each subdivision. Seeds 2 and 3 play each other on the weekend of April 20th, Easter weekend. The 1 seeds get a bye into the semifinal, which happens the next weekend at La Costa Canyon High School. April 26, 27, and 28 are the SLC tournament dates there. And we're off. And right away, face-offs are proving to be important. This is something each coach mentioned, that they're worried about the face-off X. So if Chapman can clear this, that is actually a face-off win for them. So we'll keep an eye on that. Chapman, as always, looks to keep its first, or I'll say top middies. They don't really have lines, he said, but top middies on the field. Coach Hartley likes to put players in positions where they'll succeed, period. That's it. It's an easy concept, hard for some to follow. That's an early shot wide there. Backed up. So right now you've got Garrett Stemler with the ball. Ethan Smith on the field. Number 4, Jack McKeon. Wiley Bonham at number 8. Nick Lemus, 12. George McGurk, 17. It's early offense, another shot wide by Lemus. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Not one of those has reset it because they are off the cage. It has to hit the pipe or the goalie. That could be a push, but no call there, and there's an easy goal. Pick up on the backside. That is Garrett Stemler with his first of the day. Oh, Lewis. Can you believe he doesn't have a replay on that, folks? I mean, if you want to comment on Lewis's skill, he wasn't ready with the replay mechanism. See, that reflects poorly on me, folks, and I can't have that. So 1-0 Chapman. TVX video crew, we're going to try to replace them. I don't think we can at this late hour. So we'll go with what the Lord gave us. Second face-off here. That's Concordia now. If they can clear this, that'll go down as a win for them, technically. Even though some would say they won the face-off now. And that's Ethan Esperit 2, excuse me. That faces off in Concordia. You can see the heavy wrap in his left knee. He got whacked in the Colorado trip. He's playing through it. As you heard, you'll hear Coach Foss's interview. We'll do it at maybe a quarter break or a timeout. But he mentioned how he's got to have a next man up type of thing going on today. But everybody, you know, when you say you have late season injuries, not many people have sympathy for you because every team has late season injuries. That's the number. That's just the way it goes. Ooh. A shot by Jackson Leinart, one of the top scorers, Torrey Pines High School product. You got Bloom, Leinart, Jacob Aho. Deadly attack of Jackson Woodard with the ball right now. Really probing the inside. Nice feed to 34, Sean Goodell. Just like that. Now we have a replay. Thank you, Lewis. But you can see him just probing back and forth behind the goal. And that's a nice backdoor cut by Goodell, excuse me. Ties it up 1-1. We should really have an exciting game here today, folks. Pretty even crowd, too, with the crosstown trip for the Eagles fans, if they're local. A lot of their players are Southern California, San Diego area. First foul coming up. We'll get some field volume for you. You can hear what the call is, even though I already know what it is. But
2-4, call it illegal body check. He serves 1 minute. 2-4 green, illegal, 1 minute.
There you have it. First foul of the day, 24. That is Cade Christensen from Concordia side. Now this is where it should get interesting here. You don't want to give either team man up. These offenses are so strong. These players are so good with the sticks. Concordia doing a little wing pressure here. Not a bad move. So you can use the comment section if you want on the feed. Lewis is monitoring that for us. Oh, and there's a turnover. That's key now. It was a full minute penalty, and I did not glance at the game clock when it started, but I'm going to venture to guess there's 30 to 40 seconds left in that penalty. Sounds like 15 seconds left in that penalty. So if you do tweet at us make sure you put the @SLC Lacrosse on there. And be sure not to ask me a silly question because you'll get a silly answer. You got to let them know. All right, ground ball out of bounds at Concordia. They're at full strength now, 6-on-6, or 6-on-7 really when you count your goalie. Okay, no reset on the shot clock. Should be 12 seconds. So they'll run that down to 12 or reset it to 12, get that straight. I know everybody says the shot clock speeds up the game, but if you have to stop every 3 or 4 times a quarter to get it right, is it really speeding up the game? Just a question. There's a shot clock violation. You won't see that much from Concordia. They usually get a shot on goal. But wisely, they rolled it to the corner. 10:05 left to go in this first quarter. And again, it's just if it looked beautiful on the screen, it's because it is. It's 81 degrees here. Orange, California. We could say the springtime bug is here for today. It is supposed to rain this week again. And yes, Lewis, I'm complaining because it doesn't rain that much here. You know that. So far, both teams are going man-to-man. That's a, wow. I was about to say, that's a really tough angle on that shot. It looked like he went near pipe. We'll get a replay on that. Compliments of TVX video. You can see here he's about 6 yards in a real wide angle. He's just on the edge of the hash marks. That's Parker Core for his first goal of the day. 2-1 Chapman. Smart looking shot there. Oh, procedure off the face-off. That's not good. That gives Chapman a fast break. Oh, and they throw it away. Look at our face-off man, got a little happy feet. You're getting a lot of good on-field sound today from our microphone right there at the bench area. We'll apologize in advance if you hear any language you wouldn't share with a 6-year-old. Oh, almost an unforced error there, which Concordia does not need. Neither team needs those. People are asking if I mentioned this guy Lewis, is he actually real? Well, Lewis is in my backpack. He's my friend. He travels with me when I have to do solo games. I can get him to come out and work a computer, and then he just goes back in the bag. He doesn't speak, folks. No. We sign each other because it's easier. He's not allowed to speak. But if you ask me another dumb question like that at Randall, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Anybody else have a reasonable question at SLC Lacrosse? We'll venture a guess. We'll work it out together. Oh, that again was a shot clock violation because that went wide. The clock hit 0 when he let it go. You could hear the bench yelling urgency. So that's 2 for Concordia. And we just saw them, was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? And I don't think they came close to having a violation. So it's an interesting turn of events right now. Each of these teams coming off a real heavy march, and yes, it is March 31st, but their schedules, they've played some really interesting games. I think Chapman maybe a few more top even 15 on its schedule than Concordia, but all you can do is schedule them in December and find out. There's inside look, good save. Tyler Swikart with the save. But if you look at their schedules at mcla.us, you'll see Cal Poly, South Carolina, Michigan State, Colorado and Colorado State, Cal, Georgia Tech. I mean, just some real BYU, just some real solid teams out of conference for both teams. Out of conference schedule, that is. You can hear, that's the Concordia bench I hear. They're closer to the mic now, the assistant coach talking to Coach Foss. We'll have some coaches' interviews we caught before the game. Ooh, that could have been a push. They're letting them play, And again, shot clock violation. Wow, that's 3 in a row. 3 possessions, 3 violations. You just don't see that much for Concordia. Well, I've got a what do I think Concordia has to do to win the game question. As you see a stick on the far side, the referee being a good sportsman hands it to the player. Well, for both teams, the coaches talked about possessions being key. They recognize the strength of each other's teams, and they both stated that they've got to have quality possessions. Meaning, quality possession is not one that takes that 80-second shot clock down to 0 with nothing on goal. Quality would be 1 or 2 shots on goal under the 20-second mark of your count. If it's a rebound, you get it back. The other thing both mentioned, as you see a nice inside roll there by George McGurk for his first. That was a beautiful inside roll. See if we can run that back for you. But Julian, that's a good question. It's going to be face-offs, and it's going to come down to quality possessions. And here's a look at that inside roll. And most of the time you'd say 5 and 5. You want to get 5 wide and 5 high. But he did that about 1 yard line and came right across the face of the crease. Did not have to dive. Didn't touch the crease for a nice goal. Keeping the stick up by his head. So 3-1 at the 4:51 mark here of the first. Good question, Julian. Anybody else? Fire away. We'll try to answer them. We'll seek out answers from other people. Wasn't sure who that was. Now you understand why I asked Ted if he talked to him. Chapman with possession, 30 seconds on the shot clock, as you can see. Oh, you can barely see it. It's kind of hard. That one's further back. Uh-oh, here's a good step-down shot. Boom, upper right corner. George McGurk for a second of the day. Oh, and there's a timeout. Concordia takes a timeout. Well, look at this replay. As you can see there, the defense all sucked down. I've got 5 heads looking at the ball. And he shot that from 10 yards away. So we'll step away here. Quick timeout. Get a drink of water. It is a hot day here. Chapman up 4-1 at the 3:47 mark. This is the SLC Game of the Week. And we're back out of the Concordia timeout. We don't have our trusty sideline reporter, Molly McMolly. But I'd venture to guess he wants them to settle down, get into their offense sooner, and for the love of God, get a shot on goal. Just a guess. This is the SLC game of the week. We are at the campus of Chapman University. Chapman in your visiting white. Oh, there's a clean face-off win for Parker Halliburta, the face-off guru junior out of Bishop O'Dowd High School, Lower Cal. It seems like he's been doing it for a while. It's because he has. And you can hear Coach Hartley. I like listening in on the coaches chatting on the sideline. So it's something a lot of, well, most fans don't get to hear. And it really is a product of spending so many hours with your team and your players and getting to know the young men as individuals and knowing how you can speak to them. And coaches Hartley and Foss actually worked together for years at La Costa Canyon High School. And they are have definitely different styles that work together. And every coach, as you'll hear at halftime, we interview Coach Foss. Every coach has a different approach to it, you know. And they do what works for them best. So we're at 25 on the shot clock now. That should be a shot. There you go. Oh, yikes, that's going to leave a mark. That doesn't reset the clock. Oh, he looks in the middle. 5, and there it is. Tanner Jones with his first. Foothill High School product out of Tustin. A mere 6 miles away from here. I'm sure Tanner's got a lot of family and friends here. As you can see, that deflection. Yeah, it's good, Lewis. You ran it back that far. Oh, he hit his own man. Hit Tanner, actually. Everybody cleared away from him, and then he finds himself open in the middle of the field. Just a good heads-up play there by Concordia. I've got 4-2 as well on the scoreboard. So we'll see how this face-off X continues here. Wow, it looked like Concordia was actually slow to react to the whistle. Chapman can clear this up to get the win. And unfortunately, I missed the last two. I think the last face-off went to Chapman, and one went to Concordia, but I could be mistaken. Chapman just is content running at sets. It really doesn't need to do much more than that with 46 on the shot clock. They seem to be playing at their pace right now.
Move that! Eyes up! Eyes up!
Oh, man. I mean, both teams are picking apart the middle. You turn your head and watch the ball, and they're just dumping it. You know, they're ping-ponging back and forth behind the goal. And they're just moving off ball in the crease. We'll get a good replay here. Again, the ball goes behind. Not as much pressure behind there, just a good backdoor cut. And that's Garrett Stemler for a second. You can hear Coach Hartley talking about his rollback. And you can hear that. That's good stuff. That's good audio. Mystery man, Lewis. We'll try to dip into that sideline chat as much as we can for you folks. We don't want to hear the table girls chatting away, but hard fought face. Oh, he loses it. This is going to be a face-off won by Concordia if they can clear this up. He's got nowhere to go with the ball right now. Kobe Brown runs it out. Concordia might have numbers here. Yeah. Oh. I missed. Was that deflected into the defender or off the goalie into the defender? Regardless, it's a stop for Chapman. You got a long pole trying to do too much here. And there's the pickoff, an easy one. That's a hat trick already for George McGurk, sophomore product out of Choate Rosemary Hall, Madison, Connecticut. We'll take a look at the replay here. I don't know if that was tipped by Stemler or just the fact that he was trying to put a touch on it over the Stemler harassing him. Either way, it worked out for Chapman.
Flat. All the way down.
So that's Coach Hartley calling his attack. He wants them to go flat, meaning straight across, face of the crease, top of the crease. You give your face-off man a little bit more room.
Carter, get up here. You're fine. Protect your stick. Protect your stick.
And that's the bench telling Alberta he's fine. Oh, we got a hurt man. Man, I think he heard it twist his knee. Just went down on his own. He's claiming that he got hit in the stick. It's probably not the best thing you want to yell as a parent. So they got tangled up. Retains Chapman the ball.
High crease. I need a wing. Get attacks. Hey. Get attacks.
That's Coach Hartley wanting the ball. Start the offense from X behind. I feel like that's where they're going to have their success, and they've been doing well already. Oh, man, catch the ball first. I was about to say they're just creating step-down opportunities.
Hey, Howard. You're good. You're good. 100%. Make the goalie make a play. Hey, let's go, Chapman. Here we go, Chad.
Well, that was a subtle quarter break there. I was wrapped up in the game down here. I missed it too. So that's the end of one. We'll step away. 6-2 Chapman with the score at the end of one. This is the SLC Game of the Week. And we're back, folks, and as always, the SLC is proud to support and get the word out about the Uganda Lacrosse Foundation. You can see those spots running. It's a group that is actually Pete Ginniger, the former coach that just left at Claremont. He's been a long time MCLA, and before that WCLL coach. Mike Allen at Santa Barbara, myself, are all involved in that movement. There's a few other guys spread around the country trying to improve the international game of lacrosse, or the game for Uganda. The current campaign is they're trying to get a women's U19 team to Canada. So your help, UgandaLacrosse.org. You can read more about it. They've actually got a store now, UgandaLacrosse.org/store. You can buy a cool T-shirt. It's open for the next 2 weeks. Have some fun. Read up about them. Support a good cause. Could be a push there. No. I like it. They're letting them play. That's interference. Yep. It's interference. Too far away from the ball. That was a good call. Another good question. Do I think Concordia is a second-half team? I think in the 4 games that I've seen, 2 live and 2 on the video feed, they tend to, unfortunately, wake up a little more in the third quarter. And I say that's unfortunate because as a head coach, you'd rather have your team wake up in the first quarter. But it's a pretty hot day here. It's getting hotter. I'd say it's probably 80, 83, 84 down there on the field. There was a slight breeze during warm-up that has now subsided some. So I think, and I'm saying it's hot because it's been quite cool this spring so far in Southern California. So I think it's going to make a difference. Coach Foss mentioned, and you'll hear it at his halftime interview, about his lack of depth right now just due to injury and guys being banged up. I can see one of his players that I watched him earlier when they got here. He was doing a lot of stretching and got taped and retaped. Still stretching. Knees heavily bandaged that's Jackson Woodard. He's one of the top players. So yeah, do I think they've played well in the second half, but I know they don't want to spot a team like Chapman many goals and just to rely on them playing in the second half. Another question came in, does Chapman do a lot of recruiting? And the answer to that question is Chapman, Concordia, Arizona State, San Marcos, they all do recruiting. And what we call it is marketing. It's not traditional recruiting. Very few of the schools, although these two might have a little more help than others, but in general, MCLA schools do not have a say, as you got 10 seconds coming up on the clearing clock. You got to get down to 60, plenty of time. MCLA teams traditionally do not have an in with their admissions office, but these 2 teams actually do. So I think it's equal, to answer your question. Coach Foss still works for Adrenaline, and he speaks up at our SLC meetings often, and especially in the spring, encouraging all of our coaches to attend their events summer and fall. So there are opportunities out there. But any of the teams you want to talk about in the MCLA, just get on mcla.us. Go to teams, and you'll see 190-plus schools, different variety, all over the country. They all play lacrosse. Oh, that's gonna, yeah, he got it in the head, and he went straight down. I hope that young man is all right. And I think he was slipping. If we can run that back, Lewis, not to highlight the penalty, but we just want to see. He was kind of going down like he was going to either dive or he was slipping. Oh, no, he just hit him in the head. Ooh, jeez. It's just a tall guy sliding and didn't bend down. So hopefully this young man is all right. We're going to step away for a few seconds here, let him get attended to, and we'll be right back with more SLC Game of the Week action.
Table.
Hey, I told Brewster to make sure he knows.
Number 2, illegal body check to the head, 2 minutes, full time.
Hey, I need someone up to help him to clear in the middle.
All right, we're back to live action. He was able to walk off the field, so that's good. As you know, it's a 2-minute unreleasable because it is to the head contact. So Concordia has a really good opportunity. They want to get shots on goal. If they score, they will not
Here you
release.
go, Downers! Sticks up! Sticks up!
I heard somebody yell crease too. He was open. He was open before that. So Concordia will get one there, 6-3, halfway there. They'll face off. It'll be a man down face off. Chapman will still be down. Full time served. You saw the replay there. So Chapman's still down. 6-3, 11:41 to go in the second quarter.
What up, Berta?
That was a trip. That one we saw. I don't think it was on purpose, but his stick was out there. Was it? Oh, okay. 11:36, timeout, White. That's the first timeout for Chapman this quarter, or this half, excuse me. Each team with one remaining. Woo! We will take another 60-second break. This is. Did you take it off? Oh. Chapman versus Concordia, SLC game of the week. Back in a moment. We're back. We're here with a Chapman timeout. 11:36 to go in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime. Special treat. Stay with us. We're doing a live interview with MCLA President Ken Lovick. We may even take a question or two from you guys. Got a couple in mind for him. But we will be talking with the MCLA President Ken Lovick live over the phone. Here will be a little grainy, but you'll be able to hear it. And that is at halftime when we start the half. And then you also hear from each coach. We had a little technical difficulty with our feed, so we'll go ahead and replay those pregame coaches interviews. You'll get a feel for what they were thinking for this game. It'll be kind of interesting because it'll apply to how it's half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's that smart play. Chapman has 20 seconds to clear it over. So long pole will go here. Concordia is in a bit of a shutoff because they are man up. Now this could be a momentum play for here. Chapman, he goes in. Oh, he gets it on goal. Oh, and a smart ground ball. Who is that? Kyle Souza, sophomore defenseman out of San Ramon Valley with the shot on goal. Fresh 80 seconds. And Chapman's able to control. Coach Hartley's kind of stalking that sideline, but he doesn't look like he's going to use a bailout timeout. If I heard properly, it's 10:09, so it's just under 25 seconds.
Come on, that's fine. We're going to get man down back on. Get on, you're on.
Chapman only has 4 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on the field. Now they have the 5th. It's one thing to play 1 guy down, but I don't think you want to play 2 guys down. Now the penalty's released. So we should get 6 on. Chapman subbed its long pole line on offense, knowing it wasn't going to get a shot off, so I guess that's a smart pre-sub there. A little box infusion, I think, on their part. You can hear the assistant coaches questioning the offsides. They're both going back and forth, both box coaches, so it's funny. This game is very entertaining when you know what you're listening to. .30 seconds on the shot clock for Concordia. 6-3 ball game. Concordia trailing. Concordia in the green. Andrew Bloom with the ball. They're working completely. Oh, they got the defender hung. This is where they scored a goal earlier. There's off-ball movement inside. He's going to try to back his way in. Oh, and he gets around him. Nice fake and easy shot. Jackson Woodard. It's a 6'2" attackman. Using his size against a slightly smaller. That was Anderson Hill. He's actually a little taller than Jackson. Number 24 for Chapman. Sophomores going at it. So 6'4", and I can answer your question now. If I think Concordia is more of a second half team, I'll say negative. It's 6'4" now. Chapman wins a face-off clean here. Apologize, I have not kept up with my unofficial face-off stats, so if you're keeping them at home, you can let us know.
Make our passes short, let's play fast. Let's go, let's play fast.
Shout out to Adrenaline Lacrosse and Adrenaline Team. They're here shooting live video footage in-game. Both teams are wearing Adrenaline uniforms. Remember, second half, you can start casting your votes for the player of the game. That's the Alpha Lacrosse player of the game, at Alpha Lacrosse. You'll see that graphic the next break. That's not a good shot at all. That should be Concordia, yeah, Concordia ball, for sure. Tyler Swiker with a heads-up hustle. Not only did he run to the end line, but he was closer to the ball where it went out on the end line. The attackman was way off on the wing. Needed to run toward the ball direction out of bounds. But as I was saying, we'll pick the Alpha Lacrosse player of the game. Alpha Lacrosse has been our sponsor all season, giving each player of the game a cool t-shirt, their latest dad hat, a new head, which every player can always use a new head any part of the season. And they get a couple of Gatorade sports bars. So not a bad little prize back for player of the game. So we'll be doing that second half. I'll be eliciting your help from the viewers.
56! 56! 56!
I think Chapman wants to run their 56 defense. Wow, ping-ponging back and forth. The backhand shot! And let's just say that Kobe Brown worked for that goal. Something awful. Man. That was beautiful. Poway High School product. He's a freshman. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then duck under the defender who slid with his stick. You want to go body there. It's a great replay. See all the dipping dunks back and forth back there. So Kobe Brown, 6-5 ball game, just as we thought. I can't predict overtime without my broadcast partner, Chris Malone, because him and I together seem to be the combination to attract overtime, excuse me. But we're headed in that direction. Now, Concordia has adjusted on its faceoff, going with a pole. Their main faceoff guy, as I said, is bruised. And they come up with a win. And the pole picks it up. That's number 16, Connor Reed. Out of Listen Nagel, Jr. out of Listen Nagel. So that's key at the 6:20 mark. Coach Foss going with a pole, and the in-game adjustments are being made as we sit here.
Oh, yeah. What up, baby? Let's go. Let's go.
So again, coming up at halftime, a live interview with MCLA President Ken Lovick. That'll be at the start of the half. Just give me a minute or two once we break, get him on the line. And then we'll hear from each coach with their thoughts that they gave us pregame. And we'll watch the second half. Here's a step-down shot for, ooh, is that 20? Oh, Brandon Mayo. No stranger to shooting, a senior out of Soro High School. It's a smart dive. Whoa, okay. Well, everybody can disagree, but the referee was standing right there, and we're all 70 yards away, so who's going to get that right, people? Calm down. It's funny how fans are so misguided that they actually think referees care who wins or loses. They care about calling a good game. The really good ones care about not only calling a good game, but they'll correct themselves if they make a mistake. They try to do it quickly. Because everybody makes mistakes, people. Referees aren't perfect. Coaches don't coach a perfect game. Players don't play a perfect game. Referees aren't going to ref a perfect game, but they're going to get pretty darn close to it. They do a good job, and we're glad to have it. It's a stick-on-stick popcorn shot. Could cause a break here. Though Chapman's attack has slowed the ball up just enough to get its subs on and not give Concordia a break. So now it looks like Concordia has changed up a little bit more too. After that last timeout, after that Chapman timeout, it looks like Coach Foss, has implored his guys to slow the game down somewhat. I think they're just being more deliberate in their offensive set. It's Mayo to Leinart there. Two-man game behind. Oh, that's a good double right there. Call that dead man zone on that wing. Got no shot angle. Good time to double. Chapman has numbers with the pole. He might step in. Oh, clearly that D. Mitty is not a shooter, but he does feed it. Oh. Well, that's Parker Core. He's got a goal already, so.
There you go, 4.
Just looked like he was hesitant when he got that ball from the pole. Woo. I'm watching the Concordia bench, and they had a miscue on their subbing. See? There you go. That's a partner helping a partner.
Onside. Logan Water.
I don't think one referee must have seen that Concordia player about 10 yards in front of everybody else. Blew it to Chapman incorrectly, but his partner corrected him. That's fine. I think actually the Chapman bench corrected him as well. Now here's the thing you can't believe. Assistant coaches always yell that they're offsides, the other team, when they're clearing, all the time. And 90% of the time, they're wrong. If you're watching the game, an educated fan is one that counts forward. You don't count back, you count forward, meaning the offensive team can't have more than 6 in its offensive half. I'm recording the NCAA game and somebody just texted me the score. I'm not going to repeat it for anybody else recording that game. Let us know where you're watching from. I know we got San Diego watching. And at SLC Lacrosse, if you want to tweet at us. Or tweet at us being me. You can also send in your votes, player of the game. That'll be later on, though. We won't do it just yet. Start taking votes around the 4th quarter. Halftime coming up. About a minute away. We'll have a live interview with Ken Lovick, the MCLA president, also the head coach at Georgia Tech down in the SELC conference. That's a tip ball. That's a free ball if it comes to midline. Oh, quick flip. I don't think he was ready for that at all, but Chapman retains possession. We're going to use a timeout if I'm not mistaken. Yep. 48 seconds to go. Carpinteria, excuse me if I can say it right, is watching. Thank God. We'll step away for a quick break. 48 seconds to go in this half. This is the SLC Game of the Week. All right, we're back. That was Chapman timeout. 48 seconds ago. Chapman has the ball. Question from Totally In Shane. That's probably his dad. I don't have someone on the sideline, but I can tell you pregame. Actually, oh, I thought you said 35. It's 34 you're asking about? Oh, I did not see. Let me see. We'll try to track that down for you. Oh, he ran through the crease. You don't want to do that out of a timeout. Concordia has time here. Shot clock will not be a factor after they clear it. Still 20 seconds to clear it. Now it's not a factor with 32 in the game and 70 on the clock. So Coach Fossa uses timeout. And there's no reason to take him in the locker room with you at halftime, so. But the question was injury update on 34 for Concordia, which is Shaw and Goodell. And I'm going to say he's no more banged up than everybody else on that squad right now, Dad. They're all all got a little hitch in their step. I see Kobe Brown leaving the huddle and kind of going under the overhang for some shade probably. But yeah, I apologize. I don't have anyone on the sideline, so I can't give you a real strong up-to-date. See, I get funny questions from people in Carpinteria. Yeah, he's up and about. So, well, actually, he might be under there. There's a ledge here that we can't see. It's a shaded area. So since it was head contact, I bet the athletic trainer would have him under there, keeping him cool, keeping him shaded. In fact, I'm positive that's where he is. I'll try to get you more at halftime, sir. So Concordia has time, 25 seconds on the clock.
44.
Kind of a 1-4 set. They've shut off, or they're trying to shut off Jackson Leinart in the back. Jackson Woodard with the ball. He forces it in. Almost. That's going to probably do it. Aguilar just lets it go. And that's going to do it for the first half, folks. 6-5 ball game. Everything we thought it would be. The home Chapman Panthers are in the front, but only by a goal. So we'll go ahead and we're going to try to get the MCLA president on the line. So give me about a minute or so, and we'll get him on the line and have a live interview. Be right back. Eagles. Jesse, happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday. Excited to be here.
Give us a feel for how the season's gone so far. Your first year up here.
Yeah, I think it's gone well. I think right now we're kind of hitting a little of the injury bug, and we're trying to kind of get through that and, build, other guys stepping up into those roles, bigger roles, and kind of stuff that everyone's dealing with at this part of the season. But overall, I think it's been great. We have a huge senior class that's been really strong and setting the tone for what we want. And we got great assistant coaches in Andrew Priest, Ronnie Fernando, and Dylan Miles, who were on staff last year and then really kept the program afloat throughout the fall before I got here. So.
Yeah, and let's touch on that. How did the assistants ease it for you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Dylan Miles is our offensive coordinator. He's our head assistant, and he just did a great job of keeping practices regular in the fall and kind of keeping structure. You got the guys to the fall ball scrimmages, kept everyone in school and doing the right things. And, I think those guys made a great transition for me by just getting my back, you never know when you walk in a new program with, pre-existing coaches, how it's going to work out. And those guys have been great. They've been super helpful through all of it.
So it sounds like consistency is what the key there is. And let's talk about your offense and the consistency you need today to overcome Chapman in this divisional matchup.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have talented players all across the board. I think today the key is going to be possession time. Obviously, between the Heat and our, a limited light roster due to normal roster size and then just injuries, possession, especially with the face-offs, not knowing how they're going to go, it's going to be huge for us.
Well, thanks, Coach. I'll let you get to it. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Yep. And we'll be right back with Coach Dallas Hartley from the Chapman Panthers. I'm here. Hold on, Ken. All right, we're back. Sorry for the interruption. We've got – hold on, we're getting a little feedback here. We've got MCLA President Ken Lovick on the line. Coach Lovick, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks, guys.
Coach Lovick is the MCLA President, also the head coach at Georgia Institute of Technology. I like to call the Jackets. How you doing on this Sunday afternoon?
Oh, wonderful. Just celebrated my dad's birthday after a good senior day, so always wonderful.
Well, happy birthday to Senior. Can you give us just a quick recap of the SLC and how your team's doing?
We're doing pretty well, obviously. We're 4-0 in our region. We have four regions in the SLC, and we're 4-0 in ours, and with a looming big matchup against Georgia in a couple of weeks. But, the SLC is as strong as it's been in a long time, especially the last couple of years with South Carolina and Liberty and Virginia Tech doing very, very well, and Clemson and Florida State doing their part as well. So it's going to be an exciting next couple of weeks in the SLC for sure.
Yeah, and across the MCLA, April is always that month where you really start to see things shake out in division play, with all division play beginning. Tell us more about your role as the MCLA president. How'd the idea of the MCLA Hall of Fame come about, for instance?
I think it was long overdue. I mean, thanks to Jack Coyne, who he's our executive director now and our longtime sort of media guy for a few years there. Said with an organization as big as ours and the success we've had, in terms of the, what the Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association is all about, said it's about time for us to start honoring some folks that are been instrumental and have really been a big part of what the MCLA is about. And so Jack really sort of spearheaded it, got a great committee together of guys, especially some current and former folks who have been involved in the MCLA, like guys like Jason Lamb and John Paul and Doug Carl, folks like that who have been so, integrated in the MCLA for since its existence or maybe a long part of it. So Jack's done a great job with that committee, and it's a really, really strong initial class to join the Hall of Fame this year.
And with that initial class, there is a category I heard that it's the founders. Can you touch more on that?
Yeah, I mean, we had this wonderful group of guys that, decided, many years ago that, it was time to sort of raise the bar lacrosse-wise in terms of what the NCAA is now. We've gone through a couple of name changes over the years, but these group of guys were had that vision, that front-thing idea of saying we can be more than just club. And Mickey Miles and Bob and Jason and Mosier and Sonny and Sam Sadler took the bull by the horn, so to speak, and they were this is 20 some years ago that it was sort of unheard of back then to sort of try to become, as the moniker has always been, the virtual varsity world, to grab that and say, you know what, we can do this. We can be more than just club lacrosse. And as a guy who started coaching back in the mid to late 90s at Georgia Tech, it was club ball. It was what you personified club lacrosse to be in terms of, it wasn't as organized. There weren't eligibility rules. Maybe it wasn't a commitment factor. And these guys said, we can be better than this. I mean, this is a great opportunity for kids to play lacrosse at the next level, and we want to make it awesome for them. We don't want to treat it like it's a second-class citizen. And
right.
I know there's some out there that like to treat the MCLA come on. The MCLA is a great opportunity for so many kids out there nationally, and we're really proud of what these founding guys did for us.
Right, right. And we say that a lot of times on our broadcast, how it's the right place for a lot of student athletes. And the schools are incredible that are in that 190 so team group. Bringing us current to this current day, what do you see the statuses of the MCLA presently?
Right now, it's trying to figure out where we're moving forward. I mean,
Okay.
we had a real spike in membership a number of years ago, and then the NAIA broke apart. I think the big challenge we have going forward, and you and I have talked about this, is how are we going to engage the folks that maybe don't want to fully embrace, the full commitment aspect. And I don't mean that as a negative. I mean, there's some programs where maybe it's geographically where they're located in terms of what their access to coaches are, maybe it's the school support. Some don't have the opportunity to be at the level that maybe other programs do in the MCLA. So what can we do to help support them? And, I know the big thing out there all the time is grow the game.
Right.
And that's great. We all love our sport. And I think in the MCLA, we don't want to be we need to start expanding our horizons in terms of what can we do in the MCLA, again, to help kids play at the next level. There's not enough Division I, Division II, Division III programs to be home for everybody. And if the game continues to grow at the high school and youth level, we've got to do our job in terms of providing the opportunity for these kids to play in an organized fashion that they'll be proud of when they're on campus and when they're off campus in terms of alumni. They want to come back and be proud of where the program is. And so that's our big challenge, I think, right now in terms of what I'm looking at is what are we looking at for the next, 3 to 5 to 7 years in terms of membership and how we want to grow the MCLA.
Right, right. Well, that's an interesting take. And I know it's rare that you get to speak to what I hope is a national audience. Anything you'd like to leave us with today? You did touch on the vision and our flexibility, I think, is what you're, to kind of summarize what you're saying, is the flexibility of the MCLA to serve its membership, really, and to provide different levels of playing opportunities for these young men while they're in college, whether it be the teams that want to go national championship and, play all over the country and stuff, or teams that just want to stay regionally and play organized lacrosse.
And again, that's encompassing what you said in terms of what we want to have an opportunity to provide, student athletes at the collegiate level. But what you guys are doing is what I love. You guys are providing a platform for folks to see lacrosse at our level. And that's not something that's happening nationally right now. So I would love to see that continue to grow. I know we try to stream as many of our games as we can, and we did our stream our game today, and a lot of programs do that. But the whole idea is just to continue to give the sport back to folks in terms of allowing them to see it, see what it's all about, learn more about it, no matter what level it is. I mean, even when you watch Division I, Carolina, and Duke playing yesterday, you're learning more about the sport, whatever level it is. And whether you're watching SLC Game of the Week, I mean, these are things that all they do is promote the game and help kids and help parents and help families understand what the game's all about.
Right.
So if the MCLA can be a part of that, I love it. And the SLC's been a front runner in that, and I really appreciate what you guys do as a conference.
Well, you're just blowing smoke up my you-know-what, but I love it. And now I know I caught you with doing a family thing, so I'm not going to put you on the spot and say, are you watching our game? Because it just went back live for the second half. But if
I will be about to, because now that the Auburn game, I hate to say it, the Auburn basketball game.
Oh, don't tell me. I know somebody already told me who won it. Damn it.
Pretty exciting overtime finish. So.
Oh, my gosh, and it was overtime. The problem with asking for feedback during the game is somebody wrote a question and then they said, "Oh, Auburn just won." I'm like, "Oh crap!" I was recording it. So yeah, if you are tuning in, you can comment live if you want. So Chapman's in white, Concordia's in green. We are here at Chapman University in the start of the second half. We have MCLA President Ken Lovick online. Oh, he just hung up, so he's watching the game. So that was nice to hear from him. And there you have a Chapman goal to come out of the gate. Sorry, I put my head down and look at the phone. So we'll have to rely on the replay there from Lewis to see who that was. But I really appreciate Ken Lovick joining us. Chapman coming out of the gate here. Looks like they're in their one kind of a 1-2-3 set. That could have been his fourth goal it was George McGurk's fourth goal of the day. Wow, 7-5 ball game. So, and I do appreciate the kind comments. And we broadcast these games to try to get the word out there. Obviously, first for friends and family to be able to watch that are not right here. Like Mr. Goodell, that's up in Lake Oswego, Portland, Oregon. It's not always convenient to fly down for your son's game. But yeah, just to let you know, Dad, he's actually up. He's going through some tests here with the trainer. He is running. He just did a burpee. But another injury update, and I mentioned it before, Ethan Espiritu out of Carlsbad High School, the face-off midi, who I know suffered a left knee type leg injury in Colorado last weekend. Just faced off, but he fell down, and now he's getting looked at by the trainer. So again, as Coach Foss mentioned, you heard in his interview, it's a war of attrition right now. And that's why you see Division I in the MCLA teams, and actually in a lot of the top Division II, probably the top 10, they try to carry a roster of 30-plus guys. So you have that ability to sustain. That could be interference, no? Yeah. There you go. It's an easy call. So you have that ability to sustain yourself when injuries do happen, because they do happen. You're playing 2 games a weekend and so forth. And the reason why teams, to answer that question, the reason why teams play 2 games a weekend, the top level, you want to do that just to get your guys conditioned to be bouncing back quickly. Because if and when you do make the national championship or your conference tournament, you're usually playing 2 or 3 games in a very short amount of time. Teams that make the championship nationally are playing 4 games in 6 days with only 2 days off. You get 2 in a row, day off, game, day off, game. So if your guys are conditioned to bounce back, get their rest, recover quickly, that helps. Oh, Tyler Schweikart, he was all over that shot, but it just kind of went straight up his stick. Took a bad bounce. Either way, it's a Chapman goal. We'll take a look at the replay, I believe. Should be Wiley Bonham's first one of the day. Just kicked right up on him. So Chapman's come out firing so far. See if the Eagles can answer here. A new face-off man. Kobe Brown stepping in. It's definitely a next man up mentality here for the Eagles, and I think they should come back to that pole. I think they were real successful with that pole. Oh my! That's number 9, Parker Haliburta, who doesn't normally go to the goal, but well done there. As our MCLA president just sent me a text, said, "Y'all hung up on me, how rude." I think we had some technical difficulties here, Coach Lovick. If you want to call back, feel free. But that was a real good interview. I'm glad you were able to visit with us. I don't know why he hasn't put that pole back there, but might just be a personnel thing. Might need him on close D.
Move off ball! Move our feet, George, move our feet!
He was in the crease before he dove. Yeah, it's a good call. I thought he was in as well. Referee Hansen is all over that call. He was in the crease. Meaning he was in the crease before he went into his dive motion, so therefore there was no dive and there was no issue with the dive rule. Oh, he's got a lane to the goal. Backside. Ah. It's either a kick save or a pipe. This is frenetic pace. Fresh shot clock though for Chapman. I am trying to answer your tweets, questions, comments. Let us know where you're watching from. It's all good. I'll do what I can. If I don't reply, it's because I couldn't. That's a tip ball off the defenseman. Stemler was sitting on that backside. Uh-oh, careful. Little encouragement, little strong words of encouragement there. Nothing to see here, folks. Keep it moving. Hey, I warned you before we started, so. It's a good wraparound shot there. Hits the pipe. It's a fresh 80. That should be kind of an early reset there, but that's okay. I see a lot of the Concordia guys coming off there, gassed. Kobe Brown's dragging himself off right now. They definitely, I don't think they want to play at that quick of a pace, even though they used to play that way in the past. It's hot. You've got few numbers. And they're getting a little frustrated. You can see Coach Foss going over to talk to him. You want to just keep them in the game, keep their heads. A lot of ball game left. We're only just under 9-minute mark in the third quarter, so that's a long way to go here. But yeah, unfortunately, I found out who won the Auburn game and in what fashion. Hopefully nobody will tell me about the next game because that one's being recorded as well. Okay, yeah. I was going to say a push, but a hold, push, same thing. Loose ball. Either way, it just gives it the green. Concur with the call. There's one back. Concordia answers back right there. Take that replay. Compliments of TVX video. Just hit his stick well. Came across Tanner Jones. I believe that's his third of the game. Oh, that's my pencil. Ooh, Chapman answers back. TVX video replay for you. I was saying Wiley Bonham was quiet in that first half, but that's 2 for him already. He does lead the team in goals scored. You could hear, that was actually Coach Hartley saying, we got to keep running them. And you can see they want to go quickly. We're going to get a slash there. That second or third check on his arm gave him the dead arm there. He'll be fine with a few minutes of rest there.
I come. Settle. Parker, get in there.
There's your penalty administration.
Green 4-0/1 minute. Green 4-0/1 minute.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to reply. Wanted to reply directly to a parent. So we're back with you now.
Keep it hot. Keep it hot.
And we unfortunately lost Coach Lubbock. Oh, we got people watching the Eagles from Alexandria, Virginia. That's pretty cool. Can't tell who you're rooting for besides the Eagles, but I'm sure it's your relative, which is nice. Oh, good step down again. 21. Jonah Rubin, or excuse me, David Howard. It's 21, not 20. David Howard with his first, by my count of today. I could be wrong. That's a man-up goal. They got the defense all looking down the ball, and just another step down from 10, 11 yards high. I don't know many goalies that are going to be able to get their stick on that.
Ground ball.
I'm just reading the body language here. That's all I'm doing. And of Concordia, and their bench just is looking a little deflated. The shoulders are slumping.
George, ready to help?
Coach Foss is trying to fire his guys up a little.
Okay.
You can hear all three coaches say they thought it hit the goal. That was the shot clock, that is. That's going to be a hold. That's my guess. It's another step down. Whew.
Hey, let them overextend. Find the seam.
Okay, so I thought. That's on number 40, Kobe Brown. He's making his way over the box.
Yeah. 2-3-1.
That's Coach Hartley yelling 2-3-1 on the man up. That's a 30-second penalty. Should be at least about 4:51 if I'm not mistaken.
Move it. Get your hands free. Skip. You gotta work harder, Connor.
You're really getting an earful of the Chapman staff there. It's kind of nice. That's stick on stick. That could be a fat. Oh, defender for Concordia broke out, but he just. I don't know if he's not that quick or he decided he didn't want to try to do it, but I thought they'd have numbers there.
Double! Double. Person behind you. Person behind you.
So this could 62, 61. Ball's loose. That should be Chapman ball. Yeah. That's a clearing violation, folks. Clock was at 59 when he blew the 59 seconds, meaning below their 20 seconds to clear. We're back to all even now. 4:20 left in this third quarter. You're getting a good earful from the Chapman staff right there. Just by the way, they're standing near the mic right now. Oh, that's a good shot. Nick Lemus. Kobe Brown on the clear. Oh, thought he was going to take that shot. Oh, that's going to be there you go. That's. Oh. So it's going to be on 9 white. We'll go with field sound.
You got a 6-on-5. He's got 2 poles on him, and you slash him. What the hell's the reason?
White, 5, slash, 1 minute.
Don't do that.
White, 5, slash, 1.
That's Coach Hartley yelling, and he's yelling at his player, asking him there's no reason to do that. And there really wasn't. You're up. You're in pretty good control. Of course, they're going to call that any time. The reason why it was called, the ball was loose, and he thought the player was hurt. So that's what he said in the beginning of that to the coach, and why it stopped. But unfortunately, Concordia was not able to capitalize on that man up. They're still, Chapman's still man down.
You're fine. You're fine. Did we just not have a chase? What happened?
You can hear that. 10 seconds left on the penalty.
3, 2, 1. Release.
Bingo!
Beautiful.
Go, Ethan! Bingo!
We have a close?
Rooster! Caesar! 0!
Just go.
And 2-way. Come on, off.
2-way or me?
Go, 2. You go. Hey, 20 seconds! Wiley, stop count!
Coach Hartley is active today. He is coaching them up, baby. I like it.
Get a shot! Shot! Punt!
It's a shot clock violation. Chapman, I think coach was yelling punt. That's their call to get a shot on goal, which is kind of cool. So coming up on 90 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Third of 4 quarters. With possible overtime, should Concordia get a little bit of a run. I think Coach Foss still has his 2 timeouts. So I'm pretty sure he'll probably go to those in the fourth quarter. He's probably trying to get through this third without having to use one. See if they can get one here. Cuts it to 4 with just fourth quarter to go. The shooters that Concordia has, they can get goals quickly. Oh, there's a man open right there. Oh. So that is a dive. Let's see what the call is. Crease violation. Okay. I like the definitive call right away on that. Tired of these. They always seem to have a conversation. The 2 or 3 refs have to get together. Woo! Wiley Bonham with a third quarter hat trick. I'm not mistaken, that is 3, and he is going to work. I think he woke up this second half. He's just open. His hands are free. That's a third spot, or third time from like a 5-yard circle right there. He's had 3 goals, same spot. So that cuts, or that makes it 6 now. The goal for Concordia to make up, to tie it up. 24 seconds to go. Can hear Coach Hartley wanting to push it.
Burn up, midline. Burn up.
It's good news for Concordia that Ethan Espiritu was able to face off that time. He's going to get himself off now. Oh, good pass. Wow, what a find. Ethan Smith with the pass to Garrett Stemler. Stemler's third of the game. I thought Ethan was going to shoot that, but really good pass. If we can run that back, Lewis, go far enough that you can see he just found him right on the, I mean, couldn't be more on the doorstep. I think everyone thought oh, wow, at 2/10 of a second left, too. Or 2 seconds. Is that 2/10 or 2? That's 2/10. Yeah, that's right. This thing has tenths on it. I don't like scoreboards like that. They mess you up when you look quick, you know. When it's under 10, you look back, you go, oh, it's 8 seconds. And they're like, oh, it's 8/10. In fact, I know in the NCAA game they had over here at Orange Coast College, they turned that tenths off. They said that it's not something they ever want to see because it's too hard to see when the game's coming down. So with that, the end of 3. I'm going to take a break. And we're going to hear from Coach Hartley right now. This was Coach Hartley's thoughts pregame. It's never too late to hear if they came to fruition. Thanks again, Matt. I'm here with Dallas Hartley, head coach of Chapman Panthers. I always want to say the Chapman Cougars for some reason. Coach, how are you doing today?
We're doing good.
Yeah. Divisional matchup. Give me your overall thoughts on this game against your now crosstown rival Concordia Eagles.
Well, hopefully we're prepared. They're a really good team. They can score. They've got some enormous defensemen that can play defense and very strong at the midfield. So balance some possessions and try to take our opportunities and put it in the net and see if we can't play some good defense too.
Now let's just take a step back. How did the Colorado weekend go for you? We made kind of a little personal history for the team here. Talk about that a little.
Yeah, we played Boulder Friday night and really good team. It wasn't a classic Boulder like 17-15 game like we usually have with them, a little low scoring. So we squeaked one out. I think a little bit of luck involved there, and then played a solid game against Colorado State on Sunday. So 2-0 in Colorado, first time in my 9 years of coaching. So that was a good trip for us.
And that's a good high to get into this divisional play, so to speak, coming down the line here. Tough matchup with Concordia. How do you think your defense matches up with their attack?
Time will tell. I think, we think we have okay matchups there. Midfield-wise, you got to slide to their midfield. They've got guys that deserve a slide, which leaves different matchups than you'd prefer it with their attack. So we've got to make sure we rotate well and understand everybody's strengths when we get on a new guy that, wasn't technically your guy on the scout.
There you go. Thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more on the SLC Game of the Week. Thanks, Matt. Well done. And we are here at the start of 4. Turn my monitor volume back off. It's kind of cool to hear the coach's thoughts, pregame thoughts, midway through the game. That's a good box out by Jack Phillips. San Marone Valley product. Up there in Danville. A lot of Danville on the roster. Quality lacrosse being played up there. A number of different high schools in that valley area there. Monte Vista being the other one. There's 4. I can't think of the other 2 right now. East Bay there. They've been playing good lacrosse up there for a number of years. Doesn't matter what it was. It's out of bounds on Chapman. My chair won't roll. Too far away. Get my pencil. So as we said earlier, we're allowing you to hear a little bit more on what's going on with the bench areas there. I can't tell you we have a bleeper, so you may hear something you don't want to hear. But that's the nature of the contest. Don't hold it against anybody. Push, stays Concordia ball. But it's kind of nice hearing the coaching staffs speak to their young men, coaching their guys up. Letting them know when they do right and letting them know when they do wrong. That's the nature of this game. Any really organized sports. It's a great place to grow up. It's a good shot. Better save. Jackson Leinhardt kind of forced it. Looks like Concordia's back. Chapman does not have numbers. You can see it is chaotic down there. If you're the box coach, you're answering questions from your players as they're coming off. You're answering questions from the players going on. You're trying to probably institute whatever your head coach is yelling at you from a few yards away. All that while making sure you only have 10 on the field at once and you're subbing properly. So you heard Coach Foss earlier talk about his coaches in his interview, and I'm sure Coach Hartley feels the same way. You're only as good as your assistants, as they say. It's a good stop there by Schweikert. See if Concordia come up. Behind you, behind you, behind you! Concordia on the clear here.
One here. Go. Go.
Just about to give him kudos for running that out, but that Chapman player caught up to him, so interesting. (13-6) ball game, 11:24 or 11:25, excuse me. I was ahead. Beautiful day for lacrosse. Only thing that make this day better is if it were Saturday instead of Sunday. Get another day off. Nice save by Tyler Schweikart there.
Ethan, stay! Ethan, stay!
There you go. Good sub there. Now Concordia wants to get its O guys on. Get a quality shot here, guys.
They're going on you, Core. They're going on you. Trail. Front shoulder.
Woo! There's the feet. He's in. Oh, nice shot. That was a good heads-up ground ball. Who's that? 20. That's Brandon Mayo to Jacob Aho. That's a great shot by Jacob. I love the ground ball work by Brandon. If we can go back that far, Lewis. Yeah, thank you. See, there's a bit of a melee. Gets kicked out. It's an awkward shot. Just a good heads-up play. Mayo had two guys on him, took 2 steps back, and saw his man wide open in the crease. Folks are getting a little unrest here, uneasy here. It appears that Coach Foss is content on just playing this one straight up so far. It doesn't look like they made. Ooh, was that off Swikert's leg, I think? That just hit soft meat. Ollie Bonham had a full windup on that thing. Stemler. Coach Hartley's let his guys, he's taking the reins off. They are firing away. This is a really important game. SLC playoff picture-wise. Early look, I'm not, there's another one there. Take a look at that one real quick. And we'll get back to our playoff talk. Thank you, Lewis. Yep. That's got to be like the third doorstep look. I know Coach Foss is going to be making some adjustments this week and tightening up his D because you got Dodgers dodging the goal, and the backside D guys are just freezing while their man is stepping behind them and going right to the edge of the crease there, standing in front of the face of the goal. Playoff point. My point about playoffs was simple. Should the loser of this team win the remainder of its SLC divisional games, they will most likely be a second seed, while the winner, most likely, I'm not saying they will, most likely if they won the rest of their games and this one, divisional game-wise that is. Another shot, oh, that's off the pipe. They would end up being the 1 seed and being able to have a bye for that first week of playoffs. So talk about time to get healthy. That's what you want right there. That 1 seed. And that first weekend is April 20th. That game is played at the higher seeds home site. Higher seeds home site. So we don't know where it would be. We do know it'll be Friday the 19th or Saturday the 20th, because Easter the 21st is Sunday. We won't be playing on Easter Sunday. Timeout. Yep. Timeout by Chapman at the 7:45 mark. I don't know about you. of the Chapman timeout. 7:40 to go in this fourth quarter. I need your help, folks. I need you to cast your suggestion, I'll say. It's not really a vote. Let me know who you think the player of the game should be and why. At SLC Lacrosse. If you tweet at me, if you comment, just give me a number and a school name. That's a good save by Tyler Schweikert there. Yeah, but tweet at me, let me know. Give me a little help. I will try to hustle. Well, I'm not trying. I'm going to have to hustle down to the field and interview that young man and maybe the winning coach. Maybe some thoughts. Maybe. We'll see.
Hey, I was down 12. Yeah. Too tired to play anybody else. Go ahead, yeah. You're good.
That's good. The Concordia guys have a good attitude. I like it. They know they're tired. They know they're banged up. They're playing it out. They're playing with sportsmanship. It's all good. And I think the Chapman guys recognize that well. No one's playing dirty. Well, that's a pretty shot right there. Jacob Aho on the board again. Give that man style points because that was a great shot. I like it.
That's how needs go. That is 100%. Bruce, get in the rotation. Get up here, Bruce.
You can hear. Ooh, as we watch that replay, that was a nice shot. But you can hear the.
Not even close. Dude, scouting report, dude. So far away.
Yeah.
Not even close to turning a corner.
Listen.
East, west, 25 yards slide.
That's Coach Morrison, assistant Coach Morrison, defensive coordinator for Chapman, letting his defenseman know that he clearly was not even close. And what he means is, ball's backside, you still got to be paying attention to your man. Oh, that's a good look, though. Parker Halliburton, I think he really wanted that assist. He's pointing at his own chest saying, my bad.
One here, go.
Just a little off the mark with that pass. And that's the mark of a good team. Both these teams are well coached. You know, they're gonna. It's 60-minute game. It's not a 45. We don't say, oh, it's 5 goals. We can't do this. Oh, it's 6 goals. You play it out. So they're coaching them to the end. And that's exactly the expectations they want to set for their program. And it's fun to watch. It's good ball movement there. Another one. Jacob Aho is feeling it. Little heat check. Anaheim product. No, I can see Anaheim out of the back window, out of the booth here. That's Daniel Aguilar, Chapman goalie, still between the pipes there. 5:22 mark.
56. If we've got 2 short sticks back there, we might as well go for it.
All right, see ball now, Steven. Bring him this way to me. Razor that. Let's go, Suze.
Coaches are gonna coach, baby. I love it.
What up, Suze?
It's cool listening to.
Oh, yeah, Suze. Red.
That's a good matchup.
Oh, yeah, all day.
Jackson Leinhardt against Kyle Souza, junior and sophomore.
Left knee. Head on a swivel.
It's kind of like a Northern Cal, Southern Cal thing. You got Kyle Souza out of San Marone Valley and Leinhardt's out of Torrey Pines, Southern Cal. Oh, Andrew Bloom. I don't know. I'd say come overhand, as Coach Malone and I always say. That was a little off-shoulder sidearm, and it went right to left. I'm right behind him.
No go.
Zero angle shot.
Zebra!
Chapman ball.
Push, one push over. Go in the middle, over. Step over. Bingo.
Get off. Organize. Carter, come. Stay outside. Stay on. Good. Aho, follow.
What, he hurt himself slashing? Hey, just the middle. Good. Sucks. Oh, wheel! Hey, let's get it together. On that roll down. Settle down! Hey, seriously. If it's like 3 shots in a row, the way it is, we're playing for a long time, it's tired. I always check 56. Especially if there's 2 middies below the ready, watch the pick! Check 56. We're already in it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That was Coach Kyle Morrison talking to his player Kyle Souza, Chapman. Oh, not nifty fake. Better save by Tyler Swiker. That was beautiful. It's right on the doorstep. Shut it, closed on him.
Stay on, stay on!
I'll say this, moms and dads, the family members out there,
Stay there. Hey, Jax, you're good.
your young men are well cared for and well looked after with these MCLA coaching staffs. I tell you that. And you heard.
Timeout 14 for you on the restraining line.
Okay.
Timeout 3.
It's a timeout for Concordia at the 3:03 mark. Before we break, you heard from Mr. Lovick there, Ken Lovick, the MCLA president, about the experience of MCLA ball, and I'd have to concur with him in my observations over, I don't know, what's it been, 16 years I've been doing this? Involved, 17 years?
He's doing a great job with the reset. Yes.
I was a referee talking to the girls at the table, and she patted herself on the back for the reset clock. That's neat. But what he's saying is about the programs and how they're treated, and these are 2 great examples of first-class MCLA programs, and expectations are high, and they hold the guys accountable, and Coach Foss talked about his assistants holding his kids accountable in the fall and getting their grades up and all that goes into being a student athlete. So this is definitely, as someone that's played at the NCAA level at the top of that mountain, this is definitely, student athletes at their best, at their finest. So hit us up at SLC Lacrosse. I need a few more suggestions for player of the game. You got 3 minutes, or actually, let's go with 2 minutes. Let's have it figured out. I have somebody in mind, but I don't mind a little feedback from you guys. I can always ignore you. But no, back to live action. Concordia ball, left side of the goal or the right side of the goal as you stare at the cage. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to sign off quickly when gameplay ends so I can hustle down to the field and award that Alpha Lacrosse Player of the Game. Alpha Lacrosse is our sponsor for that. We appreciate them. That player will get a new Alpha head, which is cool, a T-shirt, an Alpha Dad hat, some Gatorade bars. We got interference going on. That's referee Bistowski. I'm looking at the off-ball action that he's looking at. He didn't like it, and I didn't either, and it's a good call. Pretty sure it's going to be interference coming up. Oh, could be it's going to be waved off. That's number 2, Jackson. Yeah, that was Jackson. Leinhardt gets his goal. Yep, that's what I thought. It was an interference call. It's a foul of a technical nature, folks. That's a 30-second meaning foul. And those are, on the delayed flag situation, when the goal is scored, they are waved off, as they call it. Little flag education never hurt anybody. Chapman Fogo's a suggestion for player of the game. Yeah, it's on my radar. I will say it almost seems like every time I see Halliburton, he could be player of the game. Coming up on 2 minutes. I think George McGurk has been consistent throughout the game, although Wiley Bonham had a third quarter that anybody could be proud of. One more. Oh, everybody kind of went to the side there. Jack McKeon with the shot. Costa Cannon High School junior. Okay, here comes the double by Concordia. This is when you want to just stay wide. Yeah, Coach Hartley's looking for a reset of the clock. That guy tipped to that stepped in the goal too. He wasn't the goalie though. You're not supposed to be able to jump in the goal either, so that's an interesting little twist there. Don't foul him, whatever you do. I don't even think they were out of bounds. I think they were playing the wrong line right there. Looked like to me, but that's okay. This game is done. Thank you for watching. Oh. Okay, that's Concordia timeout. Can't take them with you. Might as well give you guys a break. I agree. It's actually, it says 40. You probably don't have tenths, so yours is at 39. It's 40 seconds on the board. Just saying. Let's take a break. I'm going to get my Game of the Week prize out. Get ready to run downstairs. Oh, and again, thank you for watching. Next week, I didn't make a graphic, and I apologize. But next week, or the end of this week, it's actually Sunday, it's this week, do a Friday Night Lights session coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona, the GCU campus, ASU versus GCU. Battle of the three-letter teams. But that has playoff implications as well. GCU falling to Arizona, University of Arizona 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? I get mixed up. So that puts Arizona, that Arizona ASU game in 3 weeks from now is real important. But we'll have the Friday broadcast of GCU hosting ASU. We'll just do the one game out there in Arizona. And that is Friday, 6:30 local time, 6:30 local time. That's this Friday, April 5th. So that'll be our next broadcast. On behalf of TVX Video, I'm Matt Holman for the SLC. We appreciate everybody watching. Coming up on the last 40 seconds, I'm going to hustle down as soon as this ends and award our Player of the Game award. Thank you for tuning in. If you see that GoFundMe ad, please feel free to send us $5, $10, whatever. It all helps. It's a good shot, good save. That's Zach Rich, in the goal now. Bergen Catholic High School, West Milford, New Jersey. Which is pretty cool. Getting a little cleanup duty, but every little bit helps. And that's going to be that. There you go. Game.
Thank you very much.
So with that, we will end. We were going to come right back with our Player of the Game award. Watch these couple announcements. I'll run down the field, grab him, and we'll all be surprised together. All right, here we are. Coach Hartley, thoughts after the game?
I thought we played hard, and really the focus was on the face-off X, make sure we got some ground balls there, try to get more possessions. They're a little light right now, so we wanted to dominate possession. I thought that they outplayed us in the second quarter, but for the most part, we put together 3 good quarters. If we want to be a better team, we got to make sure we put together 4 quarters. But hats off to Concordia. They got a couple guys out, and they battled till the end.
Yeah, I was commenting on how both teams really showed sportsmanship and just played it out to the end. They were gassed. They knew it. And you guys didn't take advantage of them too much, but you just played your game. So congrats on the win.
Thank you.
And we have our player of the game, and I'm going to stand over here because it's a surprise. Mr. McGurk.
How you doing?
I think I had 4 goals for you.
I think you might be right.
Okay. See, I like a guy that doesn't know what his stats are.
Yeah.
That tells me you were just playing the game.
Trying to play hard.
Your thoughts on the game?
Like Coach said, we need to put together all 4 quarters. Second quarter we fell a little short, but it was a tough team win. Everyone trying to get everyone else involved, and lucky to come out with the W.
All right, so you're the Alpha Lacrosse player of the game. I got to make sure you get all this stuff.
Wow.
You got a cool dad hat.
Sweet.
Slip that on.
Might be a little too hype.
Yeah, but you can just for Alpha. For Alpha. You got the new Alpha Ascension head there, T-shirt, and you got an assortment of these nice protein bars.
Great,
So,
thank you.
any last words for your followers out there, all your fans?
Hello to everyone at home, Madison, Connecticut. I know my parents are watching at home, so thank you guys for always tuning in, and all my other family spread across the country. Thanks for watching. It means a lot, and let's keep going.
Nice. And from a New Jersey guy, Connecticut guy, we're out. Thank you. Congrats. Thank you. And that'll be it for the SLC Game of the Week. Tune in on Friday night, 6:30 from the GCU campus, ASU versus GCU. Until then, TVX Video, thank you. We're out.
Introduce myself.